Morning, Joe and the Pro. It's the Prez. I got my coffee. We got two pros with us, Andrew Mcinnis and Carmine Bianco. Andrew's from sportsmemo.com. Carmine from WagerTalk.com. This is our Tuesday NHL show. I've got some great promotions for you guys. We'll talk about it in a second. Had an awesome week in Vegas. I don't know how you define awesome week. I played, I think, 6 poker tournaments. I was 0-6. I wasn't even close. But I did go to the Vegas Knights game with the great Dave Williams, one of the best tournament poker players on the planet and a master chef. We sat with Daniel Negreanu, and then all three of us went out for dinner afterwards, and we lost Andrew Mcinnis. And we're going to keep going without Andrew. So, Carm, awesome experience with Daniel and Dave.
It's good to hear. Those are two former WPT heads-up players. I'm not sure how many years back that was, but it's always good to sit at a table with them. I know you guys probably didn't talk any.
I couldn't, dude.
And it's probably good. You don't want to be talking poker with these guys at when they're not at the table. They just want to have a regular life, right? So I'm sure they're inundated with guys who want to, throw hand histories at them. So, just sitting down and being in their company is good enough, I think.
Andrew, are you there verbally or not? I'm hearing a whole lot of noise. I think Andrew doesn't realize he's still on verbally and he's like running around in panic mode or something. Anyway, Carm, it's our hockey show today. How's your NHL season going?
It's been a good season. We started a little slow, but we've picked it up. Last week, I think I only had one game that lost. It was a total, and it was that, if you'll remember, that Leafs game, which was 6.5, and they put up 6 on the Flyers.
Oh, this was the Columbus 4-2 game?
What's that? And
the Columbus 4-2 game?
No, it was the Leafs Philadelphia. The Leafs won the game 6-0. Oh. 4 goals in the first, and you figure you're coasting along. Another couple goals, and about 17 minutes left. It's 6-0, and the Flyers just couldn't get anything going. It was actually, I think that the whole game there was no penalties called, so no power plays. But those things happen. But other than that, we had a couple sweeps, and we went 1-1 that day, and we're picking this week up tonight with a couple games.
Yeah, I've got one game up at WagerTalk.com as well, and I do want to give out some free picks, and maybe with Andrew disappearing, we'll talk even a little bit of NFL. We'll take a quick early look. Carm, any free picks for tonight in hockey?
I want to go over like 4 games that were kind of interesting. One game I originally looked at was the Flyers game, but that line is now too high, and laying a goal and a half with 2 teams like the Flyers and Ottawa probably isn't the right thing to do. So I would avoid it. But the Flyers are 6-1-2 their last 9 against Ottawa, including last month they beat them 7-4 in Ottawa. Hextall's been fired, GM. Coach is next. If they can't put anything together, coach is next. I'm not really sure who you can blame. Their goaltending is absolutely abysmal, as you can see by that 6-0 game against the Leafs. They came in having won. I think they won at home, a 4-0 shutout, and then that goalie just got pelted in the first period before they took him out. I know the Leafs put a lot of goals on guys, but just defensively, they're just looking horrible. Another game. It's either Philadelphia or nothing tonight in that game.
What about the over, though, Carm? I mean, Philly's got no goaltending. Ottawa can score and has no defense. I know it's 6.5, but I mean, I think that game's going to go over the total.
Yeah, I tend not to, and this was my first one last week. I tend not to take 6.5s, but if you have to, you have to. In some cases, you were looking at some of the scores in the NHL, and you check the box scores the next day, and you're seeing, teams are putting 40 shots on net in the same games. you're seeing 5-4 score lines. So yeah, Ottawa, Philly, it could be something along there. Hey, Andrew, welcome back, buddy. but that's one game there. Yeah. I think taking if the Flyers were a little lower at like 140-ish, I would say I'd play them, but they're on Pinnacle. They're, last I checked, they're like minus ever taking a game that's minus 200. It's just pass on it and look for something better.
Carm, before you get into the next game, Andrew, how's your sound?
We're doing good. We're all set finally.
Okay, great. Carm wanted to talk about 4 games, so we need to get this moving. I just want to give out some promos really quickly. Guys, it's super easy. I'm over 60% in NHL this season. Carm is winning at a equal clip in hockey. Andrew, what's your total? You're up pretty big in NHL right now, right?
Yeah, mostly totals for me, 63%, 57, 56% as far as just sides go.
Okay, so the promo is really simple. It's 1 day only. Tuesday, actually it's 2 days because the show will go up in the afternoon. It ends on Wednesday night. It's $399 for each one of our NHL seasons. Use the promo code AndrewNHL399 or CarmNHL399 or PrezNHL399. And remember, for Andrew, you got to head over to sportsmemo.com. Carm and I, you can find at WagerTalk.com. Andrew, we'll go back to Carm for another free pick, but what do you like tonight?
Yeah, this is one that I've been waiting to say to you, Prez. I know you're not going to like it, but Shea Weber's back in the lineup. I know we were talking about it earlier off air. I think the Habs take it tonight against the Hurricanes. They're, you've mentioned it. People have talked about how their depth is lacking, but I think they have depth. I think they have a lot of scorers, a lot of guys that can surprise you. And Carolina comes into Montreal. I think they take care of business. So, you know what?
Stop.
I know you.
The Habs have depth? Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Let me explain what depth means from a sports perspective. You start with good players, okay, and then you have depth of good players. The Habs do not have one single good player. So they start at a position of 0 good players, which means their depth might be they might be deep. They might have a lot of depth in bad players. So I don't know how you're defining depth, but you usually put depth behind good players. If Max Domi is your superstar, you've got major issues.
Prez, here's how I'll respond to that. If we have no
Carm, so what's your free pick for the night?
Wait. Hey, listen, I'm really enjoying this whole Toronto-Montreal rivalry thing.
Toronto-Montreal thing, dude. Who are the good players on the Habs? Who? Max Domi and his 15-game streak?
Listen, guys, sometimes you win in spite of your lineup. And since we're on that subject, Prez, which team has won 9 in a row and sits 1 point out of first place, but we're in first place the other day? None other than my Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah,
yes.
They have better players than Montreal, Carm. They're oh my God. You know what? I don't want this to be the Montreal bashing show. Okay, Andrew's free
Fred,
pick.
Let me get one word. If Montreal has no talent and Toronto has that much talent, they should easily win the cup, right?
No, that's not how it works.
No question.
No, that's not how it works. All because Montreal has no talent and Toronto does have talent doesn't mean Toronto's going to win the cup. Every team in the league has a chance to win the cup except Montreal. So you like Montreal tonight. Pick'em game against Carolina. You're wrong. Carm, what's your other free pick?
All right. Well, I was going through the game, so I'll skip over the Montreal-Carolina one. Dallas-Edmonton. Listen, we know Edmonton fired their coach. They went on the road. They won their first game in San Jose, but then dropped back-to-back games on the West Coast. They return home. It's their first game back, like I said, after a 3-game. Hitchcock, obviously behind the net, used to coach the Stars, won the cup with them in 99. Well, actually, they stole a cup. They stole the cup in 99 against the Buffalo Sabres because his freaking stupid skate was in that blue zone. It doesn't really matter.
To the show?
It doesn't really matter.
They swept the Sabres.
No, they didn't. They did not.
It was game 5 or something.
They won in like 6. His skate was in the blue.
God.
Anyways, it doesn't really matter.
People watching the show, I so deeply apologize. Carmine is a Buffalo Sabre fan, and Andrew's dead to me. I don't know what to do. And
Lawrence is a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. They plan their parade the first week of the season every year, and then they cancel it. But anyways, I like Edmonton tonight. We're going to go with a 4-2 score line. I think they get the win on home ice against the Stars. And
I like Edmonton.
You're laying about $1.30 in this game.
I like Edmonton as well tonight, Carm. I really like Carolina.
I know you would.
Okay, I'll go for another one here, Prez. We talked about the totals changing. We've seen usually 5.5 the past couple of years where the posted totals. Now it's 6, 6.5, 7. I'm going to go under the total in Philadelphia, Ottawa. The public's going to be hammering the over in that one. Last night I cashed an under with the Ottawa Senators. They've been trending the over big time. It's time to kind of be the sharp better and go against the grain and get some unders. I mean, I think Ottawa knows they can score, but their coach is preaching good defense, making that ice a little bit smaller, and that's what's going to happen. So I think I see an under tonight in that one.
It's funny because I was saying to Carm I like the over. Andrew, what is this thing up here?
Movember.
Oh. Like, because it doesn't attach. It's like far away. It's looking so lonely.
Give me some of your age, Prez. Maybe I could have some more facial hair.
Oh, you know what? I'd rather take yours. He's Andrew Mcinnis, Carmine Bianco. I'm the Prez. You're watching Morning Joe and the Pro, and I promise tomorrow's video will be better. I swear. We're having sound issues with Andrew. Carmine's head is shining. There's like glare coming in. Carm, let's talk a teeny bit of soccer, dude, because you know you are a fanatic.
A little bit, yes. Hey, listen, it's a big week. It's obviously it's match day 5 Champions League. Games go off in about 20 minutes. So if this video is not done in 20 minutes, I'm actually gone, much like Andrew was earlier in this call. But Juventus plays at 3 p.m. today, but there's a couple early games. A lot of teams can see their way through today. I got a 2-pack up on WagerTalk. Obviously, by the time this video is published, it won't be there. But I've got a big card on Wednesday, a couple games, and then I have a really big Europa League card on Thursday. There's going to be 4 games along with a 5% play. You can find those at WagerTalk.com. And more info on Twitter if you follow me at Carmine Bianco WT. But we've been on a very good roll through the weekend. MLS, Thursday night, there's a couple conference finals, League 2 games. We swept the League 1 games to go 7-2-1 so far in MLS playoffs. We were 8-3 last year. I was
just going to say, last year you killed it.
Yeah, I'm expecting the MLS to win my MLS games on Thursday, and then obviously have a finals pick as well too, which I'll do a promo on. But it's Prez, you came a couple of years ago. Toronto FC, my team, of course. We won the championship last year. Didn't make the playoffs this year. Injuries. We don't want to get into it. It doesn't matter. They didn't make the playoffs. They sucked this year. But having gone to back-to-back finals, it feels a little weird this year not going to a playoff game. But I'm still watching them on TV. It's great in that sense.
Okay, thanks, Carm. Guys, I want to do a quick summary, and also I'll give my free pick out for the day. I like Dallas and Edmonton over the total of 6 goals. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And I think overall, though, guys, I think we should start in the next few weeks starting to look at Edmonton under the total because Hitchcock is a defensive wizard, and I think we're going to start seeing those forwards back-checking harder, and I think we're going to start seeing all 4 of their centermen really starting to cover the top of the slot, which is something that Hitchcock is a big fan of. So I actually think Edmonton, as they transition towards Hitchcock's style, are going to become more of an under team. Real quick, quick summary. I like the over. Andrew wrongly likes the Habs, but the Habs are his favorite team, so take that into account. Carm likes Philadelphia. Andrew's mustache does not connect to his beard.
My free play tonight is Edmonton minus $1.30.
And we all have hockey cards up. I want to ask you guys one last question about hockey, and then we'll end the show. Both of you, when do you think Pittsburgh is going to start being a bye team? Andrew?
They're not going to be a buy team for me until there's some value. I mean, for some reason, the bookmakers are still giving insane prices. They're a team that we know they'll be in the mix come, the time the season's wrapping up. But for now, the bookmakers are laying way too high prices. So wait till they finally fall off the bridge a little bit. Then we'll start buying in on them a little bit. But I'm not laying a heavy price on them these days.
Yeah, you look at their game tonight. They're in Winnipeg. And when I went to look at the line this morning, I actually expected Pittsburgh to be a little higher than they were. I expected to see like plus 140 to somewhere to plus 150. Winnipeg's great at home. I think they're like 8-2-2 at home. They just play. But, I looked and I saw Pittsburgh at, I think it was like plus 125. I just thought, hey, you're just not getting enough there to take Pittsburgh, on the road.
It's such a
very good team.
Such a weird line that Winnipeg is so short a favorite against a team that can't seem to win any games. Guys, let's call it a show. We'll see you both next Tuesday. Listeners, thanks for watching. I swear tomorrow's show will be better. And head over to WagerTalk.com and Sports Memo. Check these boys out. $3.99 for their NHL season. Use the promo code CARM NHL399 or Andrew NHL399. I got to go. I got a big, busy day ahead of me, and I got a toothache, and I got to do my video with Kelly, the NFL video. So listeners, make sure to check that out. Be well, boys. Take care.
Take it easy, guys. Good luck this week.
See you guys.